Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. Zenmaster here, welcome to Citizen Zen. We're gonna play some Star Citizen. I'm just gonna do some dumb things. Oops. And this is normal person gaming. And we're doing dumb things. So just waking up here in Area 18. I think tonight we're gonna do some just gonna do a little mining in the air in Halo. Just kinda feel like doing some space mining. And you know what I'm going to do, though? IAE is on right now. And I've been kind of getting the urge to... I've spent a bunch of money on CCUs and stuff. Because I don't like to... It is as much fun for me to play the CCU game and see what kind of chips... Or what kind of ships I can get for cheap. Cheap ships. That's as much fun for me almost as some of the game loops. So I've been doing some of that. Haven't actually pulled the trigger yet on any ships at IAE because there's still another round of Oops, I want to go the other way because I got the bug up my my hind end right now to go get a new ship. So I think I'm going to go grab a Banu Defender because I've never played with one before. Yeah, I haven't actually bought anything yet at IE or any full ships. I've bought some CCUs, and the reason being there's still another round of war bonds coming up. The last 3 days of the show during the best in show part, and so my thought is I'd like to. Well, I want to make sure that I'm getting the cheapest possible ship. I should say the best possible deal on the ship. And so I'm building a couple of CCU chains and stuff. And I'm, trying to get that legendary $95 Carrack, which the one guy did. I mean, it took him 3 years or something like that to build the CCU chain. And of course, it started with what am I getting? Yeah, Banu Defender. This is not that expensive in game, is it? Okay, I'll just grab that. Okay, and I'm not going to mess with that right now, but I got it. We'll come by and check it out a little bit later. Okay, so that's all I had to do here, so we'll just click out of that. Yeah, so at the end of Best in Show, I'm going to try and flesh my fleet out a little bit. I may try and do some of that really long-term CCU building, where someone ends up, buying a super expensive ship for really cheap. Usually that involves starting with a referral ship or something like that. And at this point, I do not have, I've got one referral, and that was my alt account. And I've had very bad luck talking my friends into into playing Star Citizen. So I'm not counting on that happening. So anyway, I don't want to rely on referrals, but I did get a bunch of LTI tokens. So I've got a few Warbond STVs a month or so ago. I think that was CitizenCon is when those were a thing. And yeah, so I got a few of those. So everything that I build from now, oh my gosh, look at all these medical gowns ruining everybody's frame rate. Public service announcement, please, please, please. When you reincarnate at any of the stations, please do not just drop your medical gown on the ground, because that becomes an asset that has to be rendered for everybody that walks by, and you put a big stack of those on there, and this is not good mining gear. Let's see. You get a big stack of those floating around, and suddenly everybody's frame rate is dropping, and that's not any fun for anybody. The socially responsible thing to do is load them all into your inventory, and then when you're heading somewhere, just take a load of them and drop them into space. Open up the doors and just eject them. That way they just kind of disappear. Okay, I have. There we go. Okay, my inventory's back. I've had to do a couple of character resets recently, and so all of my stuff, everything that I had scattered, and I like to say to people that I am a Fallout level hoarder when it comes to Star Citizen. So anytime I'm at any station and there's something lootable, I will loot it and leave it in the station's local inventory. And then when you do a character reset, it takes everything you've got across the entire verse and dumps it all in your home station. So I'm actually, if you look up here, I am 72% full at Area 18. So I think I'm going to try and spread some of my stuff around. Okay, and I was talking through the whole ride here. Usually on the ride to the spaceport, I will put on some armor. This time, obviously I didn't. My most recent... last time I played, what I was intending to do was jump in, or head out and make a bunch of boxes, because when you do a character reset, everything that's in your ships also it's basically like claiming all your ships. Everything shows up at your home base, and so all the cool stuff that I had done, all the equipment and customization that I'd done on my ships got undone. Everything got returned to stock, and all the boxes that I made had disappeared. So I was just going to go make a few of those. But I didn't. And I shouldn't say I didn't. I went out to go try and do it, and the what are we doing here? Let's see. The prospectors are... the prospector's out at Arc L1. Okay, that's good. And you know what I'm going to do is I want my... No, we'll just do it the old-fashioned way, and we will just fly out there in a little snub. So we'll take here. I got a Pisces right here. We'll take that.
Vehicle selected. Stand by.
And of course, the way you build the way you make a 2 SCU box is you take a small snub ship, kind of like this Pisces that we're getting into, and you load it with a couple of like Novacom. Okay, more of the. Thank you everybody for the low frame rate. That's very funny. It is Free Fly Week right now, so we've got literally anybody can get in here, and there's the noobs and Beavis and Butthead are out in force. Where I can't remember. Hangar 3. Okay. You load up a couple of you load up some stuff into your snub ship, then you die. Then you respawn. You run out with a bigger ship, or whatever ship you want the box to be in. Doesn't have to be bigger, and you destroy your old ship, and you are left with all the stuff that was in the ship is in a nice 2 SCU box. Unless something doesn't go quite right and you don't get a death beacon and your stuff just disappears, which is what happened to me. And that was just not what I needed at the end of the day I was having, so I stopped. And we'll go to Arc L1. Before I do this, though, okay. Yeah, I do need to bring some armor with me. No, I left my armor at...
All systems online.
Okay, I gotta move some armor anyway, so let me hop out of the seat. And we'll try and just move some supplies over to Arc L1. Because when we're doing mining, we are going to be hanging out there all the armor that I have ever found, and some stuff that I have purchased. I definitely will be bringing some aerial suits out. These are my sort of standard working armor. I've got several sets of these around. Usually at the beginning of a patch, I will always try and make a big shopping list. Excuse me, a big shopping list when I go to Orison, because I don't like to go to Orison, and Orison's great. It's a fantastic setting in game, and it's beautiful, and it's got a bunch of really cool stuff there. Really good merchants. You can get all the parts there. Cousin Crows. You can get everything you need to properly equip your ships and everything. But the atmosphere is so thick. It takes such a long time to get in and out of Orison. And so I try not to go unless I have a big list and then get a lot of stuff done. I have a lot of helmets too, because those are the things you find. Well, we need a couple of fun ones. Let's take I like these mandible helmets. These are pretty cool. And what are the ones, the mohawk kind of chicken looking ones? Those are fun. And okay. And I need my red mandible. Yeah, we don't need to take what is that thing called? The butcher. Yeah, don't need that just yet. What am I looking for? I'm still looking for, a couple more arrow helmets. I got the one I'm on. The one I'm wearing. Okay, get them. That blue one. This is very exciting. Oh, here we go. This is very exciting gameplay here. I know. This is why I paid all the money I did for Star Citizen, so I can manually look through a non-searchable inventory and move a bunch of stuff to where I need it to be. Oh, I need my red arrow. And yes, very exciting. I will be editing this out of the stream when I go to put this up as a just regular video on YouTube. So don't worry if you're watching this. I know no one's watching this right now, so if you were watching this in rerun, so to speak, you won't have to watch this again. Okay, I think my cat's trying to eat my mount. What are you doing? Okay, quit that. Quit that. Okay, there we go. That guy and my red arrow helmet. Where are you, red arrow helmet? Black cherry is. Oh, yeah, might as well bring that too. Okay. Wait a second. I'm sure it was the ones that I was waiting to see populate. I'm sure that was the one I was looking for. No, I might just do that later. Give it a little more look. Oh yeah, I gotta have one of these here because I love that helmet. It's the one where the guy's face is coming apart. When you're on trains and stuff, you get a lot of people stopping to look at that. And people that haven't seen, apparently haven't seen that movie or that helmet. Sorry, dealing with the cat again. Okay, well, it appears I missed it. So I'm just, but I'm not gonna chase it. I'm gonna have enough armor here to have a couple of suits just kind of ready to go in the event that let's see. Oh, nope, no, those are Defiance. Yeah, one more set of those. Excuse me. Okay, another set of yellow. Yeah, okay. Oh, nope. Sorry. I'll use some more. There we go. There's the legs. Okay, now we need some cores. Yeah, see, you accumulate a lot of armor when you try and leave, a bunch at different places where you plan on staging out of. Like if you're gonna go do bunkers out of Hurston, you'll probably want to leave a bunch of stuff at Lorville, which I did. And then all your Lorville stuff just comes flying back to Area 18 when that's where you're based. Or when that's your primary residence. And one thing I am really, okay, here we go, cores, cool. I am really hoping that sometime in the near to middle distance future, we get a searchable inventory. I would really like that. So in the 0 chance event that anyone from CIG is watching this stream and cares, there's a couple reasons why that's 0. Please, can we have a searchable inventory? Okay, do I have... I think I got suits there, yeah. Okay, so the black... What am I missing? Black cherry helmet is the only thing I'm missing. I will look for that later. I've got some red helmets. And other stuff... Okay, we can buy food and stuff there. And, okay, I'm going to take a few of these. I'm going to put a filter on here so that... There we go. And again, just, you never want to get stuck without a tractor beam attachment, and you never want to get stuck without a multi-tool. So I'm gonna get some multi-tools, and this is all basically in case I decide I want to go do something besides mining out of ArcL1, which probably isn't that realistic. And better bring some guns too, just in case. And okay, probably not gonna bring a railgun, but I'll bring a C-54, a custodian, and an aluminum. Why not? And let's see where I always like to carry an automatic rifle and a sniper rifle of some sort. Let's see if I have any AO3. I'm sure. There we go. Yeah, AO3s I like. I'm not a big fan of shotguns. I mean, obviously I have a bunch because, that's like, I've been looking for this grenade launcher for weeks. But I'm going to leave it right here because I know where it is. Okay, I think that is all we need right now in order to get over to ArcL1 and then go mining. And if we're either successful or unsuccessful doing the mining thing, I think next I might come back and grab that defender and see what that's all about. Because I have not really played with the defender at all. In game, I do own an Asperia blade, which is really fun. That is basically a Cylon Raider from the 2004 Battlestar Galactica. Whoa, okay, all right. So it's that's right. I had to reboot. Okay, not that one. Wait a second. Get out of there. There we go. Okay. And also that mythical CIG employee who's in charge of all this stuff, who is listening to the stream, who I know isn't. It'd be really cool if we could figure out a way to make the stick inversion settings stick. Because right there, you saw what happens. My forward and backward strafe are reversed. And that is really, really uncomfortable when I have to restart the game after a crash or something, and I get in the ship, and the first thing I do is I go to hit the throttle to leave, and I end up flying backward into the wall of the hangar, or fly backward into the floor of the hangar, depending on what I've just done, and blowing up. And that's really... And then if, in this case, all that stuff that was that I've loaded in here into this Pisces would have been destroyed too. So, yeah. So we'll try to not really do that. Okay, I don't know if you could hear that. My cats are now doing some really strange things and making some noise. I'm leaving that right there, but yeah. As I have said, I am a normal person gamer. I'm not especially good at anything, but it's kind of okay because Star Citizen allows you to do that. You can just kind of hang out in the verse and do verse things. Oh boy, right away somebody wants to Steal my stuff. A whole Pisces full of gear. Man, you guys are good pirates. And let's see how they're... Okay. I guess they saw me and decided that they're going to practice catch and release. Well, that's exciting. I tend to, just as a sort of point of personal style, I kind of like to wear orange armor for when I'm mining. I don't know exactly what that is, but it just feels more like, you know, work clothes, work color. I will put on other kinds of armor for doing bunkers or delivery missions or whatever. But for mining, I like to wear orange. And I like the gray cat stuff quite a lot. Not the least of which because I actually have a gray cat. I also have a black cat. He's right here helping me fly. Yeah, the gray cat aerial armor in Harvest, which is what the orange stuff is called. That is that's a suit of armor I really like. I enjoy it. There is, of course, all kinds of stuff in Star Citizen that you can do, and really, there are, functionally speaking, there are 3 kinds of armor. There's light, there's medium, and there's heavy, and that's really about it for armor. Everything beyond that, if it's medium, it's looks. Those are the only differences, and if it's medium is medium, heavy's heavy, light's light, and beyond that it's a fashion statement. There's probably a couple exceptions. There's probably something. Oh, and also, interestingly, from a purely practical standpoint, I want to say the Novikov cold suit is actually the most damage resistant armor in the game, and you put it on, it's in the undersuit category. So when you put it on, it is an undersuit, and you can't put any armor on over it, which is different from any other undersuit in the game. Well, okay, except for the hot weather stuff, which the name is escaping me at the moment, and then I'm gonna kick myself when I remember it because I see it and use it all the time. But yeah, those two are. But I think the cold weather one is slightly more damage resistant, has the largest capacity, but is very heavy, so it really does restrict your movement.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
And the Navikov, Pembroke is the other one, yeah. So the Navikov and the Pembroke armors both have gigantic backpacks on them. So if you are if you're on some kind of mission or working a contract or whatever where you want to pick up a lot of loot, that's probably the suit that you'll want. But it's very heavy, so it is going to restrict your movement quite a bit, so keep that in mind. But if you are mining on a planet or something, you probably there's a very good chance you're going to need to have a Pembroke anyway, because a lot of the really good planets for rock mining on the surface are am I gonna make it? Yep, okay. Are really hot, and you can't survive long enough to really get your mining done unless you've got the Pembroke suit on. So you've got that anyway.
Have a pleasant stay.
But if you're mining in a rock, then you probably don't even need to bring the backpack. Oh, that's right. Okay, the Pisces just got this update. It used to be one where you could just click on the back door and flop it open, and now you got to hit this little panel. There's one on the outside too. I kind of think that the Pisces got a little bit wider. I seem to remember it being a little bit narrower. And I don't know if this is, the Mandela effect or whatever, but I also kind of think these things here, these little things on the wings, these little struts, I don't remember those from before. They were probably there, and I'm probably imagining this whole thing. Oh, wait. See what I did? I tried to leave without remembering to unload all the stuff that I brought. So, let's go here. Okay, I do have a bunch of stuff here. Okay, yeah, that's right. I went on a delivery mission or something. Can't switch to something else. And, okay, move all this stuff over. Again, excellent gameplay. This is the stuff. Moving everything one by one. Heard a rumor. Have no idea if it's true. I will simply say that I heard it, which means I didn't make it up. Which is that the move all button is being worked on. I haven't been playing Star Citizen that long, but I kind of have figured out that it's not a good idea to wait for things to happen in Star Citizen because they probably won't. And the way I look at it is, okay. I will accept the game for what it is and not be upset with what it isn't. Yeah, okay, got all my stuff there. Oh wait, let's see. I haven't moved everything over yet. Okay. Sucks when you get caught without a multi-tool. That is embarrassing. I find the higher end delivery missions are one of the great unrealized resources in the game. They pay 45,000 AUEC, and you're basically doing a mini bunker mission. You go in and you pick up. You got 3 boxes to pick up. At some point, this is what's supposed to happen. Some bad guys show up, and so you get a little bit of combat, and you, if it goes well and you're looting well, the bad guys will kill a bunch of guards, and what that does for you. Let's see, do I have any sustenance here? I'll load up some of that there. Okay, yes, gotta have the drinks. And you can get a whole, several suits of guard armor, which I like to use as kind of disposable stuff. If we're going into somewhere high risk where I think I'm going to get killed, then I will bring that so that I've got some armor, but I'm not risking anything that I've either paid for. I try not to pay for too much, or something special that I spend a lot of time looking for, or something. So you get guard armor there, and then also there's the same drops of armor boxes and stuff, so you can find some really cool weapons. And in Hurston, I have found that it's not always there, but if you do a few of them, you will come across a couple of the special Hurston Hurston Security Artemex suits. And those are, excuse me, the only way to get those. Okay, what did I? Hangar 1. Okay, I can never remember what hangar I go to in the immediate. Okay, and I didn't need to do that at all. So I'm just gonna go on a tour of the elevator because I want to make sure it was working okay, and it apparently is. Hangar 1 we're going to. All right, I've just been talking. That armor is very hard to find. The Hurston Security Artemex suit. That's the stuff that's got the cool glowy eyes and the little waistcoat cape thingy. And it, I guess it's a back skirt or whatever. I don't know what you call it. It looks cool. And the only way to get it is off of a dead Hurston Security special guard guy. And the people can farm those by going and doing bunker missions at security outposts and killing the guards. And either, I guess the real money way to do it is to execute the guards, get the crime stat, and then clear the crime stat. Okay, I better pay attention here for a second. Okay, we're going to aim for Hurston. We're not going to get all the way there, though. We're going to stop in the Aaron Halo. And ask for clearance.
You are clear to launch.
The real pro move in collecting that suit is go to the security office, do the bunker mission, and hopefully clear your crime stat at the security terminal before the bounty hunters all get to you. And you can get one or two. I guess. Well, let's see. I'm not sure if they spawn more than one. So you might get one suit. So you might have to do that a few times to do that. Or you can do the delivery missions and let the bad guys kill the guard for you, and then you can just loot him right in front of his friends. Because when you're a guard,
And please visit again.
they have a very they've got a very naturalistic view of death, which is okay. Yeah, that's kind of like Klingons, right? Okay, it's just your meat now. You go ahead and take all this stuff because it doesn't mean anything. He's just there. Or he's not there, I guess. So, more quantuming. We're going to quantum until we're about 13.4 to 13.6, I think, is the ideal distance from Hurston. And we're going to pop out of quantum drive, and what we're aiming for is the densest part of the belt, the Aaron Halo, which is belt 5. There are some folks at Cornerstone, is the name of the org, I believe, who went out and surveyed the Aaron Halo and figured out where all the points were. They figured out that there are bands of various density in the Aaron Halo, and figured out basically between almost any 2 points in the verse. So between certainly all the refineries and all the major planets around. But where to jump out of, where the belts start and where they end in terms of distance from both from your destination and from your origination. So if you turn around, it's the other way. And that is pretty cool. Okay, I'm going to pay attention here. Okay, about there. Okay, so we're about 13.4, and okay, we're in the, oh yeah, it's nice and dense here. Let's do a quick ping and see. Oh yeah, lots of rocks. But what I'm going to do is immediately set my waypoint for back to Arc L1, to the refinery. Spin around. Yeah, so that is the deal with the Halo, is you want to get in the densest part. Oh yeah, this is really dense. Yeah, we hit this right. Okay, and I am in, yeah, okay, so I want to be at 180 degrees scanning, because I don't care what's behind me, because I don't want to turn around, I don't want to chase my tail, and I'm going to stay pointed. I'm just going to keep getting closer to this waypoint right here to prevent myself from flying around in circles. And then go down to 2 degrees for, okay, I guess I gotta get a little closer. And okay, it's not going to tell me. That is not scannable. Oh boy, I'm not liking this. Okay, I'll do another one. Oops, not 360, because that's going to include stuff that's behind me. Okay, yeah, what's this one? I was just trying to go for the closest one first. Ping right at it, and hopefully I will. Aha, okay, E-type. That's not interesting to me. I find that usually if you're. Aha, okay, Q-type. We will go check this out. 46. Okay, so it's a smallish rock for the belt. One of the advantages of mining the belt, if you don't know, is the rocks that you find are much more uniform in size than they are on planets. 742 instability. That's going to be a really small green arc right there. This is going to be a juicy rock. The rocks tend to be between about what we got, 4631. This is a small rock for the belt. 24% Quantanium. That's gonna, yeah, for first rock we found, this will do. This will do nicely. And of course the quick way to figure this out is if you double the mass and then apply the percentage. So roughly we call it 45, so this is 9,000 mass, which basically means there's 9,000 SCUs of matter here, and then 25% of it is Quantanium. So we got 9,000, 25% of 9,000 is about 2250. So that's not quite a load, but that is going to be good enough. Oh yeah, so the rocks in the belt are they go from about 4,600 to about 5,100, I think. There's some familiar numbers after you mine for a little while. You'll kind of see that there really are about maybe 4 or 5 different masses that are available. And 4631, this is the smallest one. I think 5122 is the largest one. And then in between there's 48 something. But yeah, they're all the same number. If I were to look around for different rocks, we would find a number of 4631s. We could think of it probably as a size 1 rock. But we're going to get, hopefully if we get a good break, we'll have about 2,200 or so. I guess where these are micro SCU of pure Quantanium ore. And given what this whole thing is, even if we get a bad break, we're still going to be able to collect all the quant. Come on, you can do it. There we go. And I use a trackball mouse just because I find it's a lot more. It fits in a smaller area on my desk a lot more easily than a regular mouse does, and I don't need all the room to move it. Okay. And I just got a new trackball mouse that I think I like better than my old one because it's got the scroll wheel. Oh, okay, 80% quant. That's pretty good. You know, on this first break, what I'm looking for is I'm just going to go see which of my rocks are most pure in Quantanium. And seeing one that has 0 Quantanium is just as exciting as seeing one that is 100% Quantanium, because the 0%ers mean that most of the Quantanium is concentrated in a smaller number of rocks. That's going to be okay. Oh, that's weird. Okay, instability 995. Usually if it's instability 10, that's 100% Quantanium. That was 58%. And oh, okay, that's not one there, is it? No, okay. Okay, so what do we got here? Let's go back to that one we saw that was... Okay, 7... Ah, okay. Oh, that was another one. That would explain it. Okay, that's weird. Yeah, okay, 80% of... Okay, 793, so we'll double that, call it 1,600, and 80% of that is going to be about... There's like a whole bunch of Quantanium missing here, unless there's a rock that I... Oh, I think I did overlook one. Yeah. Nope, okay, that one is... Huh. That's weird. And not what I was hoping for. There's a lot of... It looks like more than 25%, or less than 25% of this is Quantanium. Oh, I guess, yeah, 60% of that one. Okay. 789. Okay, that's another 1,600. Okay, yeah, that's about 800, I guess, in there. Maybe a little more around there. Okay, and that one. Okay, so I'm not going to bother breaking anything that isn't these two. So this isn't a bad break, actually. It's nice if you get some rocks that break so they're 100% Quantanium, that all of it's there. But if you can't get that, then having it at least like we got here, we're concentrated into 2 rocks, so there's not a whole lot of... okay, my scroll wheel still scanning. Didn't mean to do that. Pardon the errant scans. Hate when that happens. Good, almost done, and then miss it by just a little bit, and then it cools off.
Power critical.
Okay. Only 2 rocks. Oh no, 3. Okay. Okay, so we got the purples, and of course you don't start collecting until you've done all of your breaking. Okay, 100% on that one. That's good. Half on that one. Okay, so we're gonna be... Luckily, this is why it's okay that it's only a relatively smaller rock, because we're gonna be bringing some stuff in that we don't want to refine. I do have the filter module on, so we're not going to bring as much inert stuff. It'll filter out a little bit of that. Ooh, no way. I was looking away for a second and I almost cooked this rock. And you do not want to keep it up in the red, as I'm sure you know. Usually by now I've got some spam bot comments where I can meet the woman of my dreams. Okay, that's a nice, nice one there. That one was 100% quant. This one is, oh, that's annoying. 5% quant. Yeah, we'll do that one last probably. All my scanning, we won't do that one. Oh, you know what? That might be, this might be a, oh yeah, okay, perfect. Really good breaks. We got that one and that one. They're both 100%, and this is just what's left over. Okay. Yeah, okay. And we got, okay, up here, we got a few. And then, of course, what I will start doing is start at the highest percent, greater than 99 right there, 99.99, that counts as 100. So, yeah, okay. And then come back and sweep up the smaller ones. So I want to, okay, so I'll switch into extraction mode. And let's start scooping up the quant. Okay. And this time I know I'm going to be able to get all of it. But yeah, in other circumstances you may not be able to tell for sure. So you definitely do not want to take up space with something that isn't Quantanium and leaving 100% Quantanium rocks floating around. So basically start with the highest percentage rocks first and then just work your way down. And that was the 5%er, that's the 0, that one's another, okay, that's still a yellow one. Okay, and our clock has started, and okay, that 48%er, alright. And if you look at the timer on the volatile cargo, I just learned this a little while ago that as you add Quantanium in, it actually increases your time. So mining more quant buys you a little more time. I mean, that's not a lot, but it's, you know, a few seconds. Like, we were down below 14 minutes, I think, a second ago. And okay, so now we got everything there. We got all the rocks that have any quant in them. I got 21.6. That was pretty close to my initial estimate of 22, I think. All right, so we will switch back to quantum mode and head back to the refinery. So of course, if you're unfamiliar, mining Quantanium, as soon as you get 1 gram of Quantanium in your storage tanks, you are going to start a countdown, because raw Quantanium is unstable, and it will explode, and it will take your ship with it if it gets down to the end of the timer, or if you bump into something. It is just really unstable, and it's the nature of its instability is such that it explodes. And that's really, really disappointing when you... Like, I have actually been flying first person into a hangar, and I think I bumped the top. No, I bumped the little cannon thing that floats outside the hangars. And I bumped into that thing. I didn't even notice it. And all of a sudden, I got, you know, critical and all that other stuff. And I think I barely touched down, and the Quantanium just blew up. And my ship died. And oh yeah, I remember this one. It was very weird in that the normal. I don't know if maybe did I not die or did I go back to it? Somehow I tried to repair the ship using the repair and refuel services, and it wouldn't fix the ship. It said it would repair it, and I don't know if it was bugged out or if it just was that it was too far gone to be fixed by something, by whatever they had available at the refinery or the space station. But I ended up having to claim the ship and basically, claim it. The bummer about claiming a prospector is that whatever it won't take out, it won't strip off the laser head that you've got mounted, but anything that you've got attached to the laser, mining head, like your surge module and your stampede module, etc., or my filter mod. Yeah, I've got surge, stampede, and filter on here. If you claim the ship, those will not come with it. So that's not that big a deal. That's why I tend to really favor disposable modules like Surge and Stampede, and I try not to equip a lot of the really expensive passive modules. And, like a Surge module or a Stampede module is no big deal. They're really cheap. They are disposable. And my strategy is just any time that I find myself in Lorville, I will just pop into Tammany and Sons and grab 10 or 20 or 30 surge modules because they're just not very expensive. They're super useful. But they, of course, are not available everywhere. Okay, okay, this is faster than I wanted to go, so I will slow down. Sorry about all the zooming. I have to figure out how to... I haven't quite figured out how to address that in my HOSAS, my dual flight stick
Please
setup.
proceed to assigned landing bay.
Okay. That's okay. We'll slow down here. And drop the gear. Okay. Yeah, I was going faster than I should have.
Landing gear down.
It was more like it. And when you're first starting out, I highly recommend at least jumping into third-person view to just to make sure you're gonna clear all the doors and the floor and the ceiling and all that stuff, because it's just right now is an extremely no fun time to have your epic, disastrous, explosive failure. But I also recommend that you kind of work your way away from using third person, because it really is more fun and immersive to do like this. Now, having said that, at least in my setup, I don't have a really good way of looking down. Okay, hang on, let me
Landing complete.
do my muscle
Doesn't
memory
say.
stuff here. And open the doors. Hop out. Yeah, on landing pads where I have to come straight down, I will kind of do a position check in third person because I don't have an eye tracker or anything. I don't have a whole lot of way to look other than what's right in front of me, and you can't see what you're landing on right in front of you when it's right below you on most ships. Yeah, the first thing we want to do, of course, is store the prospector.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Storing the prospector, will stop the countdown on your explosive Quantanium. There we go, we're stored. Okay.
Please visit us again.
And I really, really, really recommend immediately going to the... Well, number one, I recommend immediately storing your prospector. And then immediately going to the refinery and getting your job started, because there are all kinds of things that can happen to separate you from the load of Quantanium that you just put all that effort into. So, following that, here we are. Heading into the refinery.
Hey, back again, I see. Welcome. See anything you like?
Okay. I just do the Quantanium, and I am a fan of the Farron exchange. It's just about twice as expensive as doing the Dinix solventation, sorry. But it's less than half the time, and that's kind of where I see the my patience as being applicable. So in 10.5 hours, we're going to have this load of quant. Our yield is going to be 2,052. The Farron exchange and the Dinix solventation, excuse me, those are definitely the ones you want to use. They get you the highest yield. It's 95% of the yield that you get. So you are going to be, there is the angel share, so to speak, of your Quantanium load, but you get 95% of it with those two methods. Anything else, they might be faster, but you're going to get a lower yield, and they're probably not going to be any less expensive. Okay, I'm going to take a break for just a second. So if you'll excuse me, I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. And I'm now... I think I might be sharing a drink with my cat. Oh, sorry. Okay. Alright, where were we? We were in the refinery center, and it looks like we've been... Okay, I've started this recording just about almost exactly an hour ago. Got one load of Quantanium, and then of course I did all that messing around with all the armor and stuff. And we got 2,000 units of Quantanium, which we will sell after it's done refining for 88 credits each. So that's almost, I suppose about 190, a little more than 190, no, actually it'd be 176,000 AUEC minus the 8,000 that we spent to refine it. So we're at that's 168,000 AUEC or so. You know, minus whatever the fuel is. I'm not gonna try and figure out how much the fuel costs to do that. But and that probably now, of course, you know, we lucked out and found a decent rock right at the right where we landed.
ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
And a full load I know is worth 266,000 less refining cost. So it's easily a $250,000 AUEC if you can fill the thing all the way up. And yeah, so it can be, if you can get a couple loads in an hour, you can do 500,000 in
Vehicle selected.
500,000 in an hour. I don't want to say no problem, because getting 2 full loads of quant in an hour does require you to be able to find the rocks. But if you can do it, it's it's nice work if you can get it, as they say. But you know what? I think I'm gonna do. I might go do another one of these, and then maybe go play with the defender I just got. But I think I'm going to end the stream here. It's about an hour, and if anybody watches this, thank you very much. And if you have any input as to how everything looked and sounded, I'd sure appreciate it. I'm still trying to get my setup dialed in. I've really kind of only done a soft launch. I have not officially told anybody I'm doing this. So if you happen upon this, that's awesome. Let me know. And thanks very much. And hopefully I'll see you in the verse.